Hello, dear friends. Today, I want to show you a recipe for a very tasty and simple cabbage dish. I've loved these cabbage rolls since childhood, as this is exactly how my grandmother made them. This dish doesn't take much time to prepare, and the result will pleasantly surprise you and your loved ones. We take a head of cabbage, make cuts along the core, and carefully, one by one, separate the cabbage leaves from the head. You need to act slowly and carefully so as not to break the fragile leaf. No sudden movements, and everything will work out. Then, we need to boil the cabbage leaves in salted water. You don't need to cook them for long, about 5 minutes. After boiling, the cabbage leaves will become soft, and we can easily wrap the filling in them. We will stuff the cabbage with a very tasty filling, the recipe for which I will now tell and show you. Such a filling can be used for various stuffed vegetables. For example, bell peppers, zucchini, pumpkins. Everything turns out very tasty because the filling itself is juicy and appetizing. First, let's put 100 grams of rice to boil. Pour the rice with water, salt, and put it to cook for 15 to 20 minutes over low heat. While the rice is cooking, let's take care of the other ingredients. We take 400 grams of chicken fillet and cut it into small cubes. You can also use minced meat if you don't want to spend time cutting. But I like the consistency of these small pieces of chicken in the finished dish. Chicken meat goes well with cabbage and other vegetables. Besides, such meat is considered dietary and healthier if you are watching your weight. I would be happy if you could write in the comments which country you are watching this video from. I'm always interested to get to know my viewers better. Also, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is very important and appreciated. Transfer the chopped chicken fillet to a bowl and add 1 egg. The egg will help bind the different ingredients of the filling together and make it more homogeneous. Add the cooked rice and mix. For this dish, it's better to choose rice varieties that are not crumbly when cooked but a little sticky. Next, chop a bunch of fresh herbs. I have parsley, but you can also use other herbs to your liking. For example, dill or cilantro are perfect for this dish. I like the filling in this dish because it contains not only meat and rice but also herbs and vegetables, which makes it juicier and healthier. I would be happy if you could find the time and make cabbage rolls according to this recipe. Perhaps this will become one of your favorite dishes. Heat a frying pan with vegetable oil and add a piece of butter. Butter may not be the best oil for frying, but I like its delicate, creamy taste. And what kind of oil do you use for frying? Then, finely chop 2 cloves of garlic. Garlic will make our dish spicy, it will add a pleasant sharpness. It's important to me that the recipes I share with you are not only tasty but also healthy. If you like simple recipes and healthy food, subscribe to our channel. Here you will find a lot of interesting and useful things for yourself. Sauté the garlic in butter for 1 to 2 minutes. I really love this smell of fried garlic in the kitchen. It's very appetizing and homely. Next, dice an onion into small cubes. Shallots or purple onions are also suitable for this dish. Add what you like best and don't be afraid to experiment with flavor combinations. Pour the onion into the pan and sauté for a few minutes until it becomes soft and translucent. We take 2 beautiful, juicy carrots and grate them on a coarse grater. Also, you can cut the carrots into small pieces if you prefer. Fried onions and carrots will give our dish a very pleasant flavor note. I think it is important in the hustle and bustle of days to find time to prepare such delicious homemade dishes. Not to rush anywhere, but to enjoy the cooking process. And in the evening, invite loved ones over and treat them to fragrant, warm, homemade food. This channel is for you to get inspired by such simple and important joys. And another important ingredient in the filling is mushrooms. I have champignons today, but if you have fragrant wild mushrooms, try adding them to this dish. The mushroom taste and aroma combine perfectly with chicken and cabbage, making it juicy and very appetizing. Cut the mushrooms into small pieces. Champignons cook quite quickly. If you are using other mushrooms, check their cooking time. Some mushrooms are better to soak or boil before frying. We add the champignons to the pan with the onions and carrots and sauté them for about 10 minutes until the mushrooms are cooked. I add about 100 grams of cream so that the mushrooms and vegetables simmer in it slightly, become softer, and acquire a creamy flavor. Add seasonings, ground black pepper, salt, dried garlic. Of course, you can add other favorite spices. I think that's the most interesting thing in the kitchen, experimenting with different tastes and trying unusual combinations. Remove the filling from the heat, let it cool slightly, and add it to the chicken fillet and rice. Mix thoroughly so that all the ingredients exchange flavors and become friends. Our filling is ready, and we can proceed to forming the cabbage rolls. Place the filling on the edge of a cabbage leaf. Roll it up, then fold the edges of the cabbage leaf inward and continue rolling. Place the finished cabbage rolls in a baking dish. I will be glad if you try to prepare this dish. It truly turns out very delicious, and it's not difficult to prepare at all. It would be great if you share your impressions of this recipe in the comments. It will be very interesting for me and useful for other viewers who watch this video. Arrange the cabbage rolls quite snugly in the baking dish. With the specified ingredients, I got 7 pieces. If you want to make a larger quantity, proportionally increase the amount of ingredients. Now we will prepare the sauce in which our cabbage rolls will be stewed. To do this, combine 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and 150 grams of cream, and mix. It is better to first pour in a small amount of cream, mix to avoid lumps, and then gradually add the rest of the cream. Then, pour in about 300 milliliters of water and mix until a uniform consistency is achieved. Do not forget to add a little salt. Pour the prepared sauce into the baking dish with our cabbage rolls. The liquid should almost completely cover them so that they stew in the sauce and do not dry out. Send the cabbage rolls to bake in the oven for 30 minutes. For the first 20 minutes, you can cover the baking dish with foil so that the cabbage rolls heat up faster and more evenly. 10 minutes before they are ready, remove the foil to allow a golden, appetizing crust to form. Here are our cabbage rolls, ready. Just look how appetizing they are. It just makes you want them to be on your plate as soon as possible. If you have any questions about preparing the dish, write to me, and I will gladly answer them. If you like recipes for healthy, simple homemade dishes, subscribe to the channel. Here you will find a lot of interesting things for yourself. Thank you for watching the video, for your likes, comments, and reactions. I wish you a pleasant appetite, and see you in the next video.